Welcome to ChatKTX.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Welcome to ChatKTX. I'm Brooke Gonzalez, your host, owner of CrossFit Gone Strong. And today we have Matt Hall, who is a repeat person that we had on. I feel like there were some untouched subjects we did not get to talk about. I feel like we have a whole bunch of stuff.
A whole bunch. We could have several episodes.
I mean, we could have a basketball episode. We could have a baseball episode. But I feel like we should talk about baseball just because, you know, you and I go way back with basketball. And I've got some questions for you about, you know, college baseball.
Okay.
And the transfer portal and how that has messed up baseball. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's it's been interesting to watch unfold. You know, it changes every day from the people I talk to. You know, it's like a moving target these college coaches have to hit. And I think with the changes, and in my opinion anyway, the kids who are suffering the most out of it are the high school kids. You know, like, for example, roster limits got cut. So they put, you know, whether it was 42 to 34 or whatever it was, it went down by 6 people at the Division I level. So what does that do? That immediately puts 6 more people from every Division I school in the transfer portal. So that just, you know, rolls downhill, trickles down. So, you know, everybody trying to find a place, and the majority of the high school kids are the ones who get left out.
So that's a good thing that you said that. So are recruiters now recruiting from the portal, or they're forgetting about high school?
It's so I've had a couple college coaches tell me that the whole month of June, they really don't even go out to high school events anymore because they're recruiting their kids in the portal. You know, if they recruit a high school kid, he could leave. They get a kid out of the portal, they got him. And then it's, do we take a 18-year-old kid or do we take a 22-year-old kid, you know, who's more mature and been around? So, you know, they spend that whole month recruiting the portal and their roster, trying to keep their roster intact of current players.
So now that this is all messed up, should our baseball boys and softball girls, should we be trying to, hey, let's just get in somewhere?
Oh,
it doesn't matter.
100%. It's, you know, I was the recruiting coordinator for a baseball organization a while back. And when I'd meet with parents of people going into their sophomore, junior, senior year, I'd always tell the kids to make a list that met 2 criteria. One is, where would you actually go play? What part of the country geographically? You know, is there a school in Massachusetts you'd go to? No, I want to stay down here. Okay, cool. You know, so they would do some soul searching and have honest conversations with themselves of where do I want to go? Where do I want to live? What part of the country? And then the second criteria is, where can I realistically play at? You know, and it's the first time, again, a lot of kids are saying, I'm not going to go to A&M or UT or TCU or, you know, some of these big name power baseball schools. Where can I realistically go play at, get on the field, get innings, and get development, you know? And so once they'd have a list that met those 2 criteria, then we could sit down and have a conversation, and they make the decision, do I really want to go play there, or do I just want to go be a student at a bigger school?
Yeah.
You know, so it's ever changing.
That's tough. Are baseball players actually making any money in the NIL? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're not. Football makes the most.
I was going to say, are they out doing football? They're not out doing football.
No. Football's most, men's basketball's second, and then baseball's in there. Oh, yeah. I mean, they're and so that's, you know, good and bad, right? Is you know, you're giving all this money to kids, essentially. I wouldn't know what to do with it, you know, if I was getting the amount of money some of these kids are getting. So it's having kids stay in school longer, you know, instead of finishing my degree and early and doing this and that. So they're staying in longer because they're
Well, there's no
paid.
more red shirt, right?
Well, so they just passed a 5-and-5 deal, which I think will help even out some of this, and waivers and exemptions from the NCAA. You got 5-and-5.
Man, I feel like we opened up Pandora's box, Coach.
No question.
And now we're finding the consequences
Mhm.
of our athletes, and it's changing from high school on up. How do you even become a pro in baseball now?
It's baseball has always been interesting and different than the other sports because junior college,
Right.
for the top tier baseball players, if you look at a bunch of the roster composition of the top teams, I mean, 50 to 60% of them are probably junior college kids. And I mean, it's always been that way as they go to, Blinn Junior College, San Jack. We have some of the best ones,
Oh, no
around
kidding.
here. And Blinn won the national championship last year
No
in junior
kidding.
college baseball. Yeah. So that's always kind of been a path because after junior college, you could get drafted every year. Where if you went to a 4-year school, you had to wait a certain number of years before you got drafted.
So all of this, the portal, the recruiting has changed over the past 6 years, and we're talking about major leagues. Has that had an effect on major leagues, or is it still mostly the same? Or just how you get there is how you get there?
Yeah, it's how you get there.
Because it really doesn't make a difference. If you're that good, you're going to make pro no matter what.
You're going to make it. I
You're
mean,
gonna make it.
You got to stay healthy. You got to have a lot of luck, and
I feel like just baseball is just so tough. It's real tough.
it's really tough because it's, when you get drafted, there's several steps in the minor leagues from extended spring training to rookie ball to low A, high A, double A, triple A. Now
Dude.
some of the people who are blessed, just will go, they're in rookie ball and then they jump to triple A and then they get called up or whatever. But
It's like following that yellow brick road, man, that keeps on going.
oh, you can get lost in it. And
then if
people-
you even
a
get
career,
there,
right?
Can you tell us about your story? You know which one I'm talking about, Coach. We talked about this.
It's
I love it.
Got a phone call and was on my way to the airport and got cut before I even got to the airport. So
Can you give us some? Give us a little bit more information than that.
it was an open tryout I went to for the Houston Astros, and so I was playing basketball too at the time, and so they wanted to see me continue to play. So they put out something that I could go here and play. And I was on my way to go there, and Mom was driving me and got a phone call from Coach Aaron Guerra and said they'd gone a different direction. So we turned around and came home.
So you were on the airport. You were on your way to the tryout.
No, to fly to go to Florida.
Were they training in Florida?
Mhm.
So you were on your way to the airport, going to this tryout, and they were like, "We're going down a different direction." You
Yeah.
already bought a ticket.
It was a fun time. It was good. It was good.
What did that teach you?
It's a business. There's no loyalty to anybody, and so it was eye opening.
Where do you see baseball going?
As far as I think it's becoming more and more international.
Right.
And I think here, how do I word it? I think here we have to fix the model of youth development to compete with the more and more international, how global the game's gone. And so I think a lot of times our kids might be behind the kids they're competing against on an international level for the college scholarships or pro spots if they're that good enough.
That's where I want to go with you, is back to youth baseball and youth strength and conditioning. I feel like we're all about chasing those select teams.
Mhm.
And sometimes the parents forget that their son still needs fundamentals and not a baseball bat that costs. I mean, how much do those things cost,
They're
man?
a lot. They're a lot.
I mean, and all the gear and stuff.
It's a lot. I've always said that a great business would be just follow when teams leave a dugout, go in there and pick up all the stuff they forget and then sell it back to them right there on the spot because they leave thousands of dollars of bats and gloves laying around dugouts.
I feel like a lot of parents they waste money on all this equipment and gear and on a select team, and their kid doesn't improve. I don't know where to start with this, especially with baseball. I see a lot of kids getting hitting lessons. I feel like it's just a very, very expensive sport to get your kiddo in.
It's very expensive. It's very expensive. I had this talk with a parent the other day of a kid I coached the kid's now 24, and the dad just happened to be in town. And he called me and we talked on the phone. And he was like, I didn't appreciate your take on it until my kid got done.
What? He said he didn't appreciate what'd you tell him?
Well, the same thing about, we need to develop a base of development and do different things. And that, in these organizations, and there's a lot of great organizations around here that really care about the kids. But in a 2-hour practice or an hour and 40-minute practice, the coach doesn't have time to take Gabe to the side and work on ground balls for 30 minutes or one-on-one, right? So as far as development in these organizations, they'll get developed in a sense of understanding the game and where to go when a ball's hit and where to move as a team. But as far as individual development and training, that's all extra. Because the time constraints of these coaches, they got X amount of time on the field. And I would say most of these organizations that I know of, there's 2 teams on the field in baseball. So they're not going to spend a lot of time on individual stuff. So it's, I want my kid to be a better hitter. Okay, well, he better hit on his own, or you're going to pay money every week to an instructor. And then, he's got to learn to pitch. Oh, so now you're paying for that. Oh, he's got to do this.
And there's the business right there.
It's... Some people make very good livings doing it.
Oh, yeah. Incredible livings off of running a program or running a facility, just like that.
Yep.
Can an average kid, let's just say single parent, whose kid is decent in baseball, can he still make it if he can go out there and get the reps on his own without being on a select team? How can a kiddo make it?
He can make it because there's some very good organizations that still care about the kids. And, if parents just have a conversation with them, a lot of the heads of these organizations will work with them.
We'll give them kind of like a scholarship. I want parents to know because I know families, and I've worked and I've coached with a lot of families who don't have the money or the means to take their kids to hitting lessons and pitching. But for those parents out there that you're like, man, I don't have the money for this. If you reach out to the coaches, Matt Hall has a great baseball and basketball program, and you reach out to them and say, hey, here's my kid. He's willing to work hard and put in the work. Those coaches make a difference. Those teams make a difference. And there's an opportunities for those kiddos who want to be better. And you should definitely do some research.
100%.
And go
have the
find it.
Conversation. Don't, it's...
I saw you roll your eyes.
Well, what I was going to say is it's sometimes for these parents might be an embarrassing conversation to have, right? And they really have to humble themselves and have some humility and realize they need help in a certain area, whether it's financially or whatever. And, like I said, there's some organizations where definitely go have a conversation with those coaches, because I've seen them work with kids, scholarship kids, do different things so the kids can play a game.
Yeah. And for those that can't afford it, what is realistically an annual budget for select baseball for a family?
Woo!
Well, should we start in a month and then I get my calculator out?
Yeah, I was going to say,
I
it'll look like a CVS receipt. Oh, man. A select team, their dues are normally going to run $350 and up for dues a month. At some organizations, let's call it $350, and then from there, any training you want after that. So a hitting lesson could be $50 or $60 for 30 minutes.
That's like
Uh,
$6,000 a year,
oh,
three
yeah.
to $6,000 a year, maybe more.
And so, that's just into the organization. Then it's, if you do any training outside of that, it's all extra. If you travel, if that team travels and goes anywhere, hotel stays,
Gas,
gas,
restaurant.
entry fees, because, these, you pay to play in this tournament, and then you get to the park and you got to pay. Even coaches, we got to pay to get in.
You
the
have to
baseball.
pay to get in?
Oh, yeah. The baseball parks at the
Are
majority
you
of them.
serious?
Oh, yeah.
How much do you pay to get in?
Some of them, they give me a break, coaches a break, and we pay $5. Others, it's 10. So it all depends on the park.
These basketball tournaments, it's like $18, $20. I think one time I went in, it was like $30 a person. I was like, dang, I already broke the bank. I didn't even get to see my son coach.
Well,
excuse me, I didn't see my son play.
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild.
I have a story. So my husband, we were at a basketball tournament, and I don't remember where it was. It was deep into Houston. And he said he had to go to the bathroom. So he went to go take a pee, right? And sorry, I don't know how to say it. I didn't want to say piss, but, next to this dude. And this dude was like complaining about how much he had to spend to get in. And he's just like, either I paid $35 or, that cuts my groceries off.
Right,
and I felt bad. Like my husband was just like, man, this is nuts.
It's crazy.
And I think, and tell me if I'm wrong, baseball, I believe in youth sports, is probably one of the most expensive sports. True or false?
True. I would say baseball, and I would say it's beat out by volleyball.
I was going to tell you, I volleyball and baseball. Why is that? Why?
I don't know. It's
like
incredible.
With volleyball, you need knee pads and a ball. You know what I'm saying, man?
Right.
Like, how is that? That blows my mind.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And baseball, you got to have the cleats, you got to have the pads, the helmet, the gloves, bats.
Yeah.
I mean, dang.
Yeah, it's.
What makes you stay interested in this?
I'd actually gotten out of it, and when my 24-year-old was done, 25-year-old was done, I got out of it. I was done coaching, and then my son Sam was interested.
Picked up in it.
So I was like, okay, how can I do it a little different? And from what I've learned over the past 25, 26 years of coaching it, and what I did wrong with my older son, and try to do something different. And he started at 9, and it was, because we did it different. We have kids who are playing multiple sports, which is awesome. It was a beatdown for those kids, is going up against the kids who play 60 games a year, and we're playing 20 or 30. But it's paid off, and they've started having success now, which is good.
So the one thing you did wrong was you didn't let your older son play other sports, and now Sam plays multiple sports.
Well,
is healthier, or
with my older son, we got caught up into the. Okay, we'll play fall ball, and let's dive into it. Oh, well, we got to do the winter program. Oh, okay, well, now we're back in spring. And so it just kind of sucks you in, to, and then now if you don't play in the fall, he's going to get behind. Or we may not have a spot for you in the spring, which is crazy. There's going to be a spot for your son to play somewhere, so it's kind of taking those lessons that I did with him. And
so the burnout is real.
It's a real thing. I've seen it. So in my son's graduating class, when he graduated high school, from the organization that we were with, I think we had like 33 kids signed to play college baseball out of his teams. And I think only like 3 of them or 4 of them played all 4 years.
Wow. Yeah, I agree. I do think that kids should play multiple sports.
100%.
What one sport doesn't teach you, maybe another sport will.
100%.
Yeah. So I want to ask you about the commitment. The last thing about baseball. Dude, baseball games are not like 60 minutes, man. Baseball is like everlasting. Man, I'm an indoor coach. Like,
yeah, it's long, hot days.
How much time? If you have like 3 games or 4, how many hours is that?
It's wild, actually. So normally the games are an hour and 40 minutes at like the 11-year-old level, that I coach this year. And so you could play at, say you have games at 10 and 12. Well, if you play at 10, you're there at, 9. Well, depending on where you play, you may have to leave at 8 to get there. And so then you play at 10, then you play at 12, so you're out of there at 2 o'clock and then driving home 3. I mean, it's an all-day deal. And then, what's wild is you may play those games on Saturday and then you turn around and play bracket play on Sunday. Well, depending on how you seed, you could play 4 games on Sunday if you don't lose.
Oh, my gosh.
So in the span of 24 to 36 hours, you're playing 6 games. I mean, it's a broken system. It's not good for the kids. I mean, they don't do it at the high school level, don't do it at the college level. Why are we doing it at this level?
I don't know. Something needs to change there.
It's wild.
Maybe
wild.
you can change that.
It's a long process to change it because parents, like I said, get so
they're not getting enough
brainwashed where they have to. My kid's going to get behind. My kid's going to get behind. He's got to play. He's got to do this. He's got to do this. And it's the exact opposite in baseball. If you look at like the Dominican model or Venezuela, I mean, they're training daily and then playing a couple games.
Right.
Instead of us, we train twice and play 6 games.
Yeah.
It's completely reversed.
Oh man. I don't know how you fit it all, you baseball and basketball.
It's
man,
a lot.
You must have a wonderful wife.
She's the
Hey,
best.
Karen. Give her a shout out. Dang.
She's the best. I outkicked my coverage for sure. For sure. Married up.
Coach, thank you for coming on with us. I hope to have you back again, man.
Yeah, let's do it. There's a lot we could unpack with this.
For sure, man.
A lot, yeah.
Well, we thank Matt Hall. Thank you for coming in and with your expertise knowledge on baseball, making me better. Thank you, guys. It's time to close your eyes, click your heels 3 times because there's no place like ChatKTX.